CapeCast.
Howdy, folks. I'm Eric Williams, and welcome to CapeCast, the official webcast of the Cape Cod Times for January 16th. And we begin today with breaking news from half a world away. Eastham resident Peter Brown is front and center in a whaling protest drama unfolding in the waters off Australia that is making international headlines today. Brown is first officer on board the Steve Irwin, a vessel owned by the Sea Shepherd Conservation Society. His ship has been dogging Japanese whalers in the area, and yesterday, 2 Steve Irwin crew members boarded the Japanese harpoon vessel Yushin Maru 2 to deliver a letter and were taken into custody. Earlier today, we spoke with Brown by satellite phone from his ship.
Peter, if you could you just tell us what's going on out there?
Well, at the moment, we're down here on a Sea Shepherd ship called the Steve Irwin, and we are enforcing international regulations down here in the whale sanctuary against Japanese whalers. Right now, we are in pursuit of some of the killer ships, and we are just awaiting because 2 of our crew members are being held hostage on the Yushin Maru number 2.
Now, how did the crew members get aboard the Japanese ship?
Well, we were down here, and we've been trying to move the Japanese out of here, and they wouldn't respond to us, so we sent 2 crew members, an Australian and a British citizen, onto the boat with a letter telling them that, number 1, they were illegally whaling in a United Nations whale sanctuary, and number 2, the Australian government had passed the court had ruled that they were not to whale in the Australian Economic Zone, which is where they were planning to whale.
Now, this sounds like some sort of high-stakes poker that you guys are involved in generally. Could you just let the folks on Cape know some of the techniques that you use to try to interfere with the whalers?
Well, Captain Paul Watson and I have been friends for over 25 years, and we've done a number of campaigns against whalers, people who kill dolphins and destroy ecosystems around the world. But we are not a protest organization. We are an enforcement organization, and we work under the UN Charter for Nations, which states that if nations do not enforce international regulations on the high seas, then non-governmental groups can. So we have boarded poachers all over the world, and we do what it takes, or what we can.
This sounds like nerve-wracking work. How do you get the courage to do this?
Well, I spent my whole life driving Route 6 from Hyannis to Eastham, and so that is nerve-wracking work. This is just doing something good for the environment.
Now, what's going to happen with these hostages?
But the Japanese have notified our office in Friday Harbor, the Sea Shepherd Conservation Society office in Friday Harbor, that there are conditions for their return. One of the conditions is that we cannot no longer protest their whaling down here, and we won't do that. So when there are hostage takers ask for conditions for return, we consider that a terrorist act.
Thanks so much, Peter. Good luck and be safe out there.
Okay, and I'm sure we'll run these guys down. It's about time this whaling stopped, and we have a tremendous amount of support in Australia at the moment, and they're down here in an Australian economic zone doing economic whaling, so we're hoping to get the government involved, and now that they have some Australian citizens, we're hoping even better to get people involved.
In local whale news, an air surveillance team from the Provincetown Center for Coastal Studies has spotted an entangled right whale in Cape Cod Bay. Researchers said the whale, an adult female, appeared to have green line trailing from her mouth and are attempting to relocate the animal. Now let's surface for air in the world of sports. No one protested last night after the Nantucket Whalers harpooned Cape Cod Academy 70-48 in boys high school basketball. Okay, let's check the all-important Cape and Islands weather forecast, backed by picks from Rock Harbor and Orleans. For tonight, clear with a low around 18. For Thursday, increasing clouds with a high near 36. Okay, we've got to get out of here. This has been CapeCast for January 16th. Till next time, see ya!
CapeCast.